Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to teach you guys how you can find your own solo drop spot in Fortnite. This is a general guide about how to find a drop spot yourself. So instead of recommending drop spot for you guys, I'll actually teach you guys how you guys can do it yourself. So if you want to get really good at solo, just don't mind use a couple hours to find your drop spot. It's going to help you a bunch in the long run. That's my first time doing a tips and tricks video. So if you guys enjoy it, make sure to like and subscribe, and it really helped me a lot. So I'm gonna try to post more these kind of video in the future so you guys can also learn more in the process. Without further ado, let's get into the video. When it comes to finding your own drop spot, the first thing I say is identifying your playstyle. So what does that mean? So if you are an aggressive player and you always get a ton of elimination at mid game, then I'll suggest you just landing in to the middle area. The reason why you want to land in middle map is because in middle map there's a lot of mobility, so you can get around the map really quickly, and also middle map just gives you the most action in it. So let's say you land in the collider. If you look quickly in the collider, you can just rotate into tilted, you can rotate to coney, you can rotate to shifty, and if you're a good fighter, you can outplay most of your opponent, you will get a ton of eliminations. But on the other hand, if you are a passive player like me, then I won't suggest you land in the middle map. Then just pick a spot on the edge map area and just test it. If you are not a good fighter, landing in the middle map is just stupid because like you pretty much gonna die mid game like every single time. So landing in the edge map is actually safer for you just not to get eliminated. And also landing on edge map basically means you can like rotate to dead side of zone really free. In summary, if you're a good fighter, try to land in the middle map. If you're a passive player, just pick a spot in the edge map to try it. The second thing you need to look more is like the meta of the season. Most importantly, I think, is the rotation meta. Like, is there any launch pad in the game? Is there like bounces? So why is it so important? It is because if you're landing on edge map, you need like those sort of mobility so you can rotate to the zone much faster. You can set yourself in a decent spot. Let's use this season as an example. In this season, like there's no carryable mobility except the grapple glove. So if you are landing on the edge map and you want to get your hands on the grapple glove, then just try to find a spot that have grapple glove around it. So when you finish your looting, you can go to those spots to get grapple glove. Also guys, if you land on the edge map, then just make sure that there's some mobility items around you. Not necessarily carryable mobility like the grapple glove, and also like permanent mobility. What do you mean by permanent mobility? Let's say we have geysers, we have launchpad, we have rips. Just try to land somewhere close to these so you can get around the map much quicker. So let's say you're landing in synapse. Okay, there's some rifts in synapse. So like when you finish your looting and let's say zone pulls far north, okay, like this. If you can have your like permanent mobilities around you, you can like go around the map way faster. Like you can just rift to like greasy and then use one of these guys to go to zone. It's just so effective. So if you're landing on edge map, make sure like there's some permanent mobility around you. You don't necessarily need a grapple glove if you're like really good at endgame, but just make sure that if you're landing on edge map, have some permanent mobility around you. So the second thing I'll consider when I find a drop spot is materials. Especially like metal on spawn is very important when you land on edge map. So like in edge map, if you want to rotate the zone faster, then you obviously don't want to spend too much time just farming metal on your drop spot. But obviously, having a little bit of metal, like 1 to 200 metal, is actually not a bad idea to have in your drop spot because like it won't take up so many time, then you have to late rotate into the next zone. So basically, just find a drop that have a little bit of metal and just farm up like to max metal when you are like rotating through to the zone. And the third thing I'll consider is loot. Basically what that means is the amount of chests, maybe flawless if there's like launchpad and bouncers, and ammo. So basically you want to like get a spot that have like decent loot. like something like 6 to 10 chest spawns, which is enough for a solo, and like 10 to 15 full spawns. So like let's say launchpad is in the game. So like launchpad only spawns on floor loot and supply drop. So like you want to get your drop spot have enough floor loot spawns so you can have a higher chance to get launchpad or like bounces. But unfortunately this season there's like none of these, so floor loot wasn't that important this season. But if next season launchpad came back, then you guys have to like try to find a spot with like decent amount of floor loot. Chest, you only need like 6 to 10 chest spawn like per solo. Obviously you can try to get more chests, but I don't recommend it because like when you're like contested on spawn, then you gotta like cut off a lot of your loot. So trying to find a spot that doesn't have too many chests, so like not many people will contest you on spawn, and like you can have a decent loadout. So basically all the 3 things I'll consider when finding a drop is first mobility, like permanent mobility or carryable mobility, and materials, especially like metal, and like the loot in general. So the last and final thing I'll consider is how to prioritize your drop spot. So we just talked about 3 things like mobility, materials, and loot. So how to prioritize like these 3. Like for me, I want like my first priority is materials, and then mobility, and then loot. Like I'd rather have workable guns but have like max materials. Obviously this is different for different people. So what I recommend is if you are like bad at endgame rotation and stuff, if I were you, I'll just prioritize like materials and mobility. If you are like fragger style, then I'll probably consider like loot over everything. So basically it's just the idea is if you like want more materials, you can what if you get like the mobility, you can get like better loot. It's just down to personal preference, and basically just try out different style. Just try out like different drop, have different stuff, then see if it suits your playstyle. Just make yourself in a comfortable spot so you're like doing things that you're the best of. If you play the best in endgame, then just go for like the consistent playstyle that's not taking that much fight. If you're like going for the high elimination game, then obviously you want a little bit more fighting. So it's just down to personal preference and how it link up to your own playstyle. You want to drop to fit in your playstyle. Overall guys, this is the end of the ultimate guide of finding a solo drop spot. So if this video helped you a lot, then consider hitting the like button and the subscribe button. It really helped your boy a lot. I'll leave all my socials in the description if you guys want to check it out. And I'll see you guys next time.